Hello, this is Miguel from the Embargo Man channel. Well, there have been so many movies with one of the lamest sequels ever, or one of the latest movies that haven't had a sequel for a very long time until now. Okay? I have seen what is it about Dune and Dune 2, right? They already got a sequel on that. I mean, Dune 2 and and Beetlejuice. All right, have you seen Beetlejuice lately? Have you seen the Beetlejuice 2 movie or Beetlejuice? Okay. One of the movies that have never got a sequel for a very long time, and the lamest sequel on a movie that I think that is so very lame as hell. So freaking lame as hell is Speed. Speed, it is about Jack Tavern, played by Keanu Reeves, Sandra Bullock as Annie Potter. All right, and the latest guy who passed away, um, Les Hopper, uh, as as Howard Payne, right? The bomber. So, as it is, then it is. God, it is like Jack Tavern, and there's this guy named Howard Payne in the first movie. This is the only good movie out of the Speed series because what it is about is that this guy named Howard Payne, played by Dennis Hopper, who is a retired police officer who want to get revenge to put a bomb on a bus. Yes, a bomb on a damn bus. All right, so they all go there. Jack Tavern, aka Keanu Reeves, played Jack Tavern, and he's an officer or from the bomb squad of the LAPD, right? So they need to find the guy. And in this movie, Sandra Bullock came as Annie Potter. All right, it is like they try to find a bus, and then there's a bomb on a bus, right? So it was in the first movie. It was awesome. I mean, that's how it starts. But then the lamest sequel out of all the Speed sequel was Speed 2 Cruise Control. All right. How in the world that these directors have no idea to have the lamest plot? I mean, if they try to make Speed 2, most likely it should have been taken place instead of the Caribbean and in a boat, but in France. All right, have some terrorist dude could put a bomb on the TGV, and the bomb on the TGV. Can you imagine just a bomb on the TGV? And this is just like better off with the sequel for Speed 2 instead of putting a bomb on the boat, because it was so settled in that Speed 2, on Speed 2, you have this lamest sequel. Sandra Bullock, who plays Annie Potter, goes ahead and meet a new guy named Alex Shaw by a different actor. And William Dafoe plays Geiger, who puts a bomb on a damn boat. All right, it is like with Poseidon or something like. This is one of the lamest sequels that I have ever seen. In that all it ends up with the captain of ship, um, of the Seaborn, of the boat called the Seaborn Legend. So the Seaborn Legend goes to the Caribbean. All right, there's some characters in there in that movie, especially the guy who has the Jaguar in the first Speed movie when they have the bus to take it down in Los Angeles, right? So what it is with this movie, I mean, have anybody out of their bright ideas have anything that I think that the movie is one of the lamest sequels ever made? And I think it is. I've seen the movie. I noticed it. Sandra Bullock plays Annie Potter, but the same thing that you're gonna do. I mean, Jack Tavern like that. I mean, the third sequel, what it is about. If you're waiting for people just mocking up with the third sequel, okay, Sandra Bullock is gonna be there. Yes, Sandra Bullock is gonna be there, but let Jack Tavern, Keanu Reeves' character, do some justice and get a new girl. And let me tell you why. That in this movie, Annie Potter dies of an airplane crash. And it's going to be like this. What's going to happen is this. You have movies of hijacked planes. So let's say Liam Neeson and Nonstop. You have Denzel Washington and Passenger 57, all right? So how this would be is that Speed 3 takes place in a plane. The bomb is going to be on a plane, all right? Before the bomb is on a plane, this is going to be like everything in this case, just like the Devil's Advocate. I mean, Keanu Reeves and Al Pacino playing some make-believe Boeing CEO. But this is where it shines. This is where a movie tried to promote Airbus. All right. Why is trying to promote Airbus? Because Speed 3, it would do this thing about Boeing's flaws and Airbus and a bomb on an Airbus A320neo. Yes, because in Speed 1, the vehicle was an old GMC bus, all right? And the bomb was on the bus, all right? So that one is the best Speed movie that has been ever made. The lamest one is the Seaborn Legend boat. Geiger, who is portrayed by the guy who played the Green Goblin in the first Spider-Man movie, is the freaking man that put the bomb on a damn boat. All right, so in this one, in part 3, Sandra Bullock's character dies in an airplane crash, and it would be last forever, because I would say that if they make Speed 3, this is justice for the Keanu Reeves character, and this is where it goes. All right, Speed 3. You're going to have a new character. You're going to have Christy Kim. Yes, Christy Kim is the new girlfriend of Alex Tavern. She is a flight attendant, all right? I mean, this would be played by Grace Park. And you have all this new crew. They have a FBI partner. Like this time, Jack Tavern works for the FBI. He was called to be working for the FBI in South Korea, right? It takes place in South Korea, but it also takes place in LAX. in a Boeing 740, in a Boeing 737 Max, and then all in between that, this movie, the Speed 3 movie, is gonna be made. Either it's not just 20th Century Fox, but between 20th Century Fox and MGM working together, and they show the locations that would take place. It would be in part of it is in Los Angeles. Part of the other scene will be taken in Hamburg, Germany. Hamburg, Germany will take place of an airplane factory in South Korea. In Sicheon, South Korea, right? So what's going on in there, is going to be Al Pacino will play some fictional Boeing CEO, and I know how it's gonna go. Because at first, Annie Potter, who was portrayed by Sandra Bullock, goes on Korea Airways. This is just some fake airline that I made up. Korea Airways flight 845. 8 and 45. 8 is August. 45 is the year 1945, where the World War II, Japan, we dropped 2 bombs and shit, right? All right, so that's how it goes. Flight 845. It will be on flight 845 that Annie Potter from Korea Airways, and she would ride there. So she calls him. Alex Shaw has been gone, or whatever it is, or he's been a player, right? So Sandra Bullock will be happy. Sandra Bullock's character, Annie Potter, will be happy to go to Korea to see her friend Jack Tavern. And what is all the mix of what it is about it is that she's going to be happy, but then this is like what happened, like the Boeing 737 Max. This is going to be fictional. It's going to have the MCAS problem and all of this, and or whatever. The Boeing plane will have a flaw, and then it crashes in South Korea, somewhere near Seoul, South Korea. So in Speed 3, it would say flight control, or Speed 3 flight control. Keanu Reeves, who played Jack Tavern, with another partner who might be portrayed by some Korean American actor, maybe Daniel J. Kim or somebody like, right? Goes at the site, goes right there, right where Annie Potter dies. And this is where it is going to get emotional. It will play the Speed theme. I know it's gonna be this. It will play the Speed theme all the way in the flight. It's going to play all the way in the flight, but then, because when the plane was starting to just go and ready to crash down, and then after that scene where the Boeing 737 Max flight 845 of Korea Airways crashes down, nobody survived, not even Annie Potter, right? And this is where Keanu Reeves, character, this is where Jack Tavern goes all the way, knows the answer, goes to the scene, and this is where the Jack Tavern cries, and this is where it goes the theme after already even crashed. It goes, it plays the piano version of the Speed theme. Do, 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 do. Yeah, the piano playing in the piano theme. And then this is where Jack Tavern meets Annie Porter for the last time in a plane crash, and he says, "No!" Right in the point, the saddest part is gonna start with a sad beginning, right? This is where it goes. This is where it goes, right? Because it's just gonna start in the movie that way. Then they're gonna start in court in Washington or somewhere at a federal court, right? So this is where the part where he said about Al Pacino's character. Yeah, Al Pacino will be playing some fictional CEO of Boeing. All right, he will say the plane has no problem, denying the accident, denying the flaws, just like that. Just what the Japanese government denied during World War II, during the time that Japanese soldiers during World War II were raping Chinese and Korean women and denied all the flaws. So this is where he says he's gonna deny all the flaws, and he will say, all of you are like blaming me. You feel like Chinese hookers. He will say he will feel like like old Chinese hookers or old Chinese, the B word, what he says, complaining about the Japanese raping them and whatever. And he said, and then he will said about then blaming on the Korean pilots, that says they have a bunch of Korean liquor in the cockpits, and that says it was hammered flying. And then he was hammered flying. So the fictional CEO of Boeing is pled not guilty, and everything is all settled in. He has denied the claims. The company protects. The government protects the company about the flaws, and they forget the flaws. He just pled not guilty, just like flying colors. This is like the company seems to be like O.J. Simpson is Boeing, and the victim and the family members of victims are like the Brown and Goldman family, or is Zimmerman and the Trayvon Martin family. It's something like that. Bowen becomes like the guy who is pled not guilty and gets away with murder, and that's it. So this is where it goes about people getting so mad as hell at Boeing that says this guy needs to be in whatever it is. And then I think it was Gene Reno or something, and maybe one of the guys that will play a fictional Airbus CEO that will say they want to open up a factory in Seicheon, South Korea. Acquired a Korean company, and then this is where it begins and all that stuff. The place where it's been filming is at an Airbus factory in Hamburg, Germany, to make it look like it's more modern than an Airbus A320 plane being built in Seicheon, South Korea, called the Flight 001 from Korea Airways. All right, so it's gonna be like that. That's how the beginning. The setup in the set, they're always going to be talking Korean, and they have subtitles. Okay, and whatever, and in that plane is where they put the bomb. Where they put the bomb in, it is the villain. The Howard Payne is going to be portrayed by Bolo Young. Bolo Young, yes, the guy who plays Chun Li in in Bloodsport movie, yeah, the guy that played Chun-Li plays the villain by the name of Kim Sam-moon. Kim Sam-moon is a North Korean guy. Now Bolo Young plays a North Korean villain who plans to put the bomb on a Korean built Airbus plane. All right, so in that case of all of this, so this is you got a new villain in town. You have a North Korean called Kim Kim Sam-moon. Kim Sam-moon is portrayed by the guy who played Chun-Li in Bloodsport. Yes, Bolo Young would play that enemy, that character. So as it is, where it goes in all this stuff, you're gonna have Ken Jeong playing a dude flight attendant that is kind of like, you put it this way, I can remember in the movie scene of Independence Day, there is this kind of character who plays kind of like sissy type of character. Oh, and I remember that Jeff Goldblum in that movie, his character was telling the other guy, and then it seems like, okay, somebody's gonna kick the king's ass or defeat the king at chess, checkmate, and it says, oh my god, I need to go. He needs to call everybody, and where he will be so scary. He's going to chicken out. But Ken Jeong would be that male flight attendant who is going to be chicken out. Says, "Get me out of here! Get me out of here!" He was just, "Get me out of here! Get me out of here! Get me out of here!" Because there's a bomb on a plane, right? So how it's going to be is this: that the bomb will be on a plane, and this is where Bolo Young's character Kim Sam-moon would put the bomb in that Airbus plane 001, a South Korean built Airbus, the first Airbus built in South Korea, in that movie of Speed 3 from Korea Airways. So I know that it would be most likely that that Hunya, right? Yes, a K-pop artist, a female K-pop artist would play a song from Huna would play a song from the Foo Fighters. I mean, a song from the Foo Fighters related to the Speed 3 movie, and yeah, a song from the Foo Fighters says, "Learn to Fly." Yes, Hyuna will be singing that soundtrack. It would be set up all in a perfect frame, in the perfect time frame. That the Speed 3 movie, it would be a very awesome sequel. And after all, when there's the bomb on the Airbus A320, that's how in Speed 3, this is the plane that will have the bomb, would be an Airbus A320 that is built in Sachon, South Korea. It would be so like in there, like, what, this guy is so obsessed with this Airbus. And like in the first movie, it says that guy is so obsessed. 2520 was the bus that has the bomb, but this one in the third movie, it was like, what, this guy is so obsessed with this Airbus. And because it was the 001 Airbus A320 Neo that is built in South Korea that has the bomb. And then this is where Keanu Reeves' character, Jack Jack Tavern meets Christy Kim. Christy Kim will be played by Grace Park, the chick from Hawaii 5 right? So who plays Kwan? Yeah, she will play Christy Kim, and then this is where things get interesting inside the same plot. Like never made, how it goes, right? So intense relationships and whatever it is, right? So this is where Keanu Reeves shines in this game. I mean, this game as Jack Tavern with this new girlfriend played by Grace Park. It would be very interesting. And then on Speed 3, Annie Potter's dead. Annie Potter died in a Boeing 737 Max. That's where Annie Potter dies. But after all, where it goes is that there's the bomb on a plane, and then everybody's scared. This is where King Jones' character be so chicken out and says, "Let me get out of here! Let me out! Let me get out of here!" And then he says, and then as he keeps on talking in Korean, and then he's talking in English. Then, not to worry, the guys from North Korea who put the bomb in that plane or whatever it is, just to catch the North Korean guy, right? So the bomb's on an Airbus A320 plane. Everybody rides safe. I don't know how it's going to be, but it's going to be something kind of cool or whatever it is. Then after all, probably they might have something gradually deactivate the bomb on that plane, right? So that would be Christy Kim and Jack Tavern. This would be awesome. Keanu Reeves and Grace Kim playing these new couple. Grace Kim playing Jack Tavern's new girlfriend, Christy Kim. I mean, Christy Kim. And then after it's settled down all the way up, this is where the end, where Jack Tavern, Keanu Reeves, and Bolo Young meet each other at the end. All right, this is where a very tactic scene, as you could remember in the first Speed movie. The first Speed movie was very awesome, and it says, he says, "I'm smarter than you. I'm smarter." They were in a train, right? And then Keanu, and then Jack Tavern says, "And I'm taller," right? So, but in Speed 3, Jack Tavern will pull out his gun, and it says, "The South will rise again." Boom! Kills Kim Sang-moon. He freaking says Kim Sang-moon saying the South will rise again, meaning South Korea, not North, but South Korea. I mean, because that would be one of these epic endings about Keanu Reeves' character saying the South will rise again and shooting on Bolo Young's character, who is North Korean. It would be like the most epic ending out of the Speed movies, because besides the lamest sequel, they only have Sandra Bullock. I mean, this is doing justice to the Jack Tavern character, who his girlfriend probably met and all that stuff, goes along with some other douchebag, all right, who is a cop, go on a cruise and all that stuff. And then on the third one, Annie Porter dies in a plane crash. Well, Alex got his new girlfriend or something like that. Probably his girlfriend might be Japanese or something like that, Like, this is like the beginning of all this, but then Annie Porter dies in a plane crash. Uh, you have Al Pacino blaming Korean pilots for hammered flying, and then Airbus making a plane in South Korea, an A320neo that puts the bomb. Bolo Young playing Kim San Moon, a North Korean guy that'll be sent there to South Korea to put a bomb on a plane, right? And Grace Park playing, of course, Jack Tavern's new girlfriend, right? Named Christy Kim, who is from South Korea. Like it would say, okay, Jack Tavern has an Asian girlfriend in Speed 3, right? Who is a flight attendant played by Grace Park named Christy Kim, right? But then you have seen what is going to be for Speed 3. It's going to be a box office hit. It would be awesome. And Learn to Fly being sung by Hyuna, who is that a song that's originally from the Foo Fighters. I mean, can you imagine a K-pop artist singing a song from the Foo Fighters, Learn to Fly, in an Airbus? All right, so it would be awesome, and that would be my take in my part of saying, if Speed 3 would be done right, is gonna be very similar to Passenger 57, very similar to Nonstop, but the only thing that is going to give it a little twist in things is that Sandra Bullock's character, she'll be on Speed 3, but she's going to be in the part where the plane crashes, where she dies on a Boeing plane, and Bolo Young would be playing the North Korean villain called Kim San Moon. Kim San Moon, portrayed by Bolo Young, would be that character. And I wonder what he says, there's a bomb on the plane. This is where the cash goes. And he says there's a bomb on a plane. I remember in Speed 1, in the first Speed movie, when Payne, with Howard Payne, there's a bomb. Quick shot, pop quiz, hot shot. There's a bomb on a bus. But Bolo Young's character, Kim San Moon, would be calling Keanu Reeves on a cell phone and something on there. Pop quiz, hot shot. There's a bomb on a plane. He says there's a bomb on a plane. That would be very epic about Bolo Young's character. He might even freaking win an Oscar for the Speed 3 movie about there's a bomb on a plane, alright? Like just for playing a North Korean guy, right? So that would be Bolo Young playing a North Korean guy. The scene, it would be that scene when Keanu Reeves, Jack Tavern's character, faces Bolo Young's character, Kim San Moon, replying him to saying that the South will rise again. It would be that epic scene that everybody will love this. The South will rise again. Boom. And Kim San Moon is dead. Yeah, Kim San Moon is dead, right? So that would be that. It would be very awesome. And I think whatever it is, well, what do you think of Speed 3? Because Speed 3 is going to star Keanu Reeves. I know it is Kim Jong will be the male flight attendant to this chicken out, who says, I want to get out. Keanu Reeves as Jack Tavern. Sandra Bullock, the last time you've seen her, she's Annie Potter, but she's dead in a plane crash. Um, what's the guy? Oh, Al Pacino as the fictional Boeing CEO who says that that Koreans are hammered flying. They like the guy who's blamed up who never get he got away with murder and the company, you know. Grace Park as Christy Kim. Yes, Grace Park as Christy Kim, you know, Jack Tavern's Asian girlfriend, the first one in that movie, and Bolo Young as Kim San Moon. Bolo Young as Kim San Moon, yeah, villain. Yeah, the guy from Bloodsport in that is supposed to be a South Korean Bloodsport, but he plays a North Korean in Speed 3. I think it would be awesome with all these lines. Bomb on a plane, the South will rise again. Would be. Please write me a comment. Tell me anything because there's more stuff on Embargo Man. And see you on the next video. Please don't forget to subscribe on the Embargo Man channel. And see you on the next video. Goodbye.